I wasn't even supposed to go live today, but I have to go live to talk about this prick known as Jeff Metcalf, as the father of Austin Metcalf, and quite frankly, this man is a fucking degenerate, and I'm getting ready to prove it. Shout out to Sherelle's World. Let's get it.
Hi everybody, how are you today?
What's up, everybody? Happy weekend.
Or how are you tonight? I mean, I am so tired. I could just fall asleep in the middle of this video. But Perry insisted that we push through it. Why?
Well, no, I mean, like, this
Yeah,
news
I need some
is just
drink.
coming out pieces at a time, right? And I'm saying just push through it. Don't sleep in the night. It's Friday night. Let's go ahead and talk about this whole thing we got going on in Texas and call it what you want to call it, because it seemed like a complete setup to me. So before people hear it, oh, I thought I heard this. Let's talk about it while it's still sort of fresh, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot going on. I mean, I can't even keep up with it. So Perry says, let's catch up on what we know tonight. That way we don't get too far behind. I'm really dedicated to doing these videos. I don't care if I don't get paid for them. I cannot tolerate racism. That's just something that's born in me. I just don't play it. So I'll get back to my regular content tomorrow. But I also covered cases, and this case we covered, and it's just been a disaster, just a living disaster. But let's start with Jeff Metcalf. This is Austin Hunter's father, okay? Crashing out the way that he's doing. He's doing interview after interview after interview, saying very insulting things. It all started with the video that he threatened Melo's parents, and they're going around saying, listen, we're scared. You know, people are coming to our house. People are coming to our home. People are threatening us. If they are bullying me and you, Perry, through social media, it's no telling what is happening in real life. We also know that when Neek at Night, shout out to Neek at Night, Meet Wegovy pill, the first FDA-approved GLP-1 weight loss pill. Lose weight and keep it off with the new once-daily pill from Wegovy. People taking Wegovy pill lost over 30 pounds, and some lost over 47 pounds. Proven results in a little pill.
Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or planned.
We also know that Neek at Night, shout out to Neek at Night, went in person. Something happened that brought her to tears. And I believe they said the Black Panthers had to protect her. This is I've never seen racism this blatant before, but I watched it in a movie. Do you guys remember there was an old movie by John Grisham called Time to Kill? You know what I'm
Time
talking
to kill.
about? I used to read about this kind of stuff. I never thought I would live through it. I thought my parents had to go through the 60s, and I would always think in the back of my mind, ooh, I'm glad I wasn't born back then. I don't know if I can handle it. Well, now here it is in 2026.
Jim Crow alive and well.
So he actually, the gag order was lifted, and he's been crashing out. He's been doing these videos, and in one of the videos, I was appalled. Because he went on someone's platform, interviewing, they bring up callers, he's ended up talking to black people. Why would you take a black caller and you know y'all don't like black people? He's arguing with the black person and then he straight out calls her the N-word.
Sure hell did.
And listen, a lot of white people, not all, are going around saying, he's just hurt, he's in pain, leave him alone, he's just an agonizing
Nah, man,
father.
nah, fuck that
Listen,
shit.
I don't know
Fuck
if you know this or
that
not,
shit.
but I'm in pain. I lost 4 family members. I don't come on here and insult all white people. Perry, you're in pain.
Right.
I'm sure the guy that pow the school, he in pain. A lot of people are in pain. That doesn't give you a pass to be an a-hole.
It doesn't.
I could not believe what I was hearing and how his people are just building him up, because they all feel the same way. One less ninja to worry about. Remember I told you, racism is a mental health issue that never goes away. It never goes away. Let's just go over some of these videos. Go ahead, Perry. What were you going to say? It's just...
But I was just going to say this, though. Like, yes, and people will say, hey, you know, you don't understand. He just lost a child. We get that. We get that. They both kids was damaged. One was unalive. The other one had to do time and all that. But the things he's saying right now, it's not coming from like a grieving father. It's
No,
coming
it
from a
ain't.
racist father.
Very
To me,
racist.
right? Because the things he's saying is things that he said while his kid was alive.
Sure
This ain't
hell
just because he
did.
anger that somebody unalived his kid. This is how he truly feels. And he gonna let the world know because now he's like this figure that's really just bringing in the dough. He's probably getting all kind of donations and stuff now because
Yeah.
he's the face to their racism. The racist people out there boosting him up, that we want him to go, cheering him on, and he loves it. He right at home right now.
Yeah, he feels like he's the, the tough guy. Is that what he's doing?
Right, like, see, I showed them right? It's hard for me to feel sorry for him even though he lost a child. You know, nobody want to lose a child, period. Nobody want to lose him unalive. Nobody want to lose him to the prison system neither. It was a bad incident, and right from the beginning, they can say a lot of things could have stopped it. His kid keeping his hand to himself could have stopped it.
Damn right.
But it's way more to that whole story too.
Right. Okay,
Right.
So let's just go over where he's first threatening the Anthony family, makes a little watermelon racist jokes. Where is it? Watermelon racist jokes. So we've all seen this. He even gave them the bird. He flipped them off on his live stream. What do they do? What? You are harassing them. You're telling them to be careful. You might not be safe.
That's a death threat. That's a threat.
Worldwide. Let's just look at it one more time. It's 2 minutes. It's a refresher. You guys, we already seen this.
Black fatigue, it's real. I'm sorry. You have embarrassed your own culture and race. Don't get me wrong, we got a lot of people that embarrass the shit out of me too. But you guys, you got a patent on that shit. And the only people that's going to change it are you. Don't blame the white person because we can't change it. But you're going to blame the white person for everything else. We're the bad ones. We're the ones that held you down. Guess what? You can do everything in America that I can do. Tell me one thing you can't do that I can't do.
You see,
We all have equal rights.
Sometimes the sweet smell of victory stinks. Adding Lysol laundry sanitizer kills 99.9
Rights.
You said stop it?
no, he said, tell us one thing that he can do that we can't do. You use the self-defense in court.
Yeah,
We
basically.
can't use. And nobody's blaming you. Nobody. You want to come out here and just show your racist asshole off.
Talk about it,
make
Perry.
everybody cheer you on like you some great guy. You a racist with no good father. And then he goes on to later, I'm not sure if it's all on this clip, where he talk about it comes because the black fathers aren't around and aren't at home. You weren't raising your kids. You moved out.
Talk about it. Talk about it. He didn't raise
You
his
remarried
damn
or whatever and
kids.
stay with some other female.
And Perry, what have you seen the last time you saw a victim that he claims to be come out and just start throwing racial slurs at the opposite side? When does that happen? Where do they do that at?
Well,
This man is deranged. And his people, his conservative people, are cheering him on. You are accusing the Anthonys of not raising their child and having no class.
You're the one
They have all the
with no class.
Look at you. Look at you. You're drunk.
Yep.
You're slurring. Let me keep going.
What's it say? All men are created equal. The First Amendment protects free speech. I'm for it.
Now, I want you guys to listen very closely to the next part, because I honestly believe he just threatened them. Take a listen.
Free speech doesn't guarantee you safety.
Free speech doesn't guarantee you safety.
That's a threat.
When his parents are complaining that people are coming to their house and they feel scared and afraid, yeah, that was a threat.
So, am I racist? Yeah, I'm racist against. I don't like them. Drew Anthony, you're a pussy.
That man just said yes. I'm racist. I don't like him.
He told you he had black fatigue.
This is just...
Any white person that wants to talk about black fatigue is a racist piece of shit. Let's continue.
All right.
Let's continue. Oh Lord, hold on. Hold on.
We're here in Hollywood at the LA Fifth Floor campus. Let me show you our pro spaces where our students work and learn. So now we're at our main stage. The main stage is one out of the 7 sound stages that we have.
I am tired of you ninjas. Always begging, looking for something, not knowing your role, not knowing your spot.
And let me say this. If we wanted to feel sorry for you and your ex-wife, Austin's mother, you're not allowing us to. You're not. Because nobody's going to support a racist. You don't even know if we would have supported you or not. You came together with your little racist clans. Y'all mapped out a little plan that y'all were going to just throw them away and lock them up and throw away the key. And if this would have been the 60s, you might have hung them from a tree.
Yep.
You don't know what we would have did. But you come in with your nasty ass racist attitude and we're not having you. Let's keep going.
Coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk? What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy he always trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you?
Racist bastard.
Racist.
Racist bastard.
People are cheering him on. Tell them like it is. Let's send them back home to their country, Africa. all this stuff. Like he's so full of shit. Like
Hell yeah, he full of shit.
even just because the court case is over, it'll bring back all the memories of losing a child. He might spend family time, stuff like that. He on there showing off in front of the camera. See, look at me now, raising money. They'll talk about the Anthony's getting like GoFundMe's or things like that. He got them too, and he even did one separate from his wife. And I think his wife got over 100 and some thousand. I think he got over 500 something that I heard. Because they get
what?
$1,000 from like GoFundMe.
Wait, what?
Like
They did?
yeah, like they'll think all blacks on welfare. They think all blacks go get GoFundMe. They'll always talk about the Anthony's GoFundMe. Why ain't they have money for attorney? Which they did. They paid this attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but for him, you ain't got to pay the prosecutor, right? If you think about what's that, you don't get to pay the prosecutor. They got to say it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he got over 500 some thousand, supposedly I heard, and the mother got over 100 and some thousand. It was two separate GoFundMe's, and I bet you he didn't get a wife nothing, because I heard he laid his hands on her too. But anyway, that's
let me get through this second video. And then he goes on this other person's live, and this is what he says.
Pay attention.
Smart. If someone touches your arm, does that justify you stabbing them in the heart with a knife?
Situation where someone walks up to me.
Answer the question, yes or no. Does it
Answer your
justify?
question. That's not the situation.
No, yes, it is.
No, it's not. You walked up the whole time out of the
He
situation.
touched him. Does that justify? Okay, man, I'm done. Fuck off. Next person.
Man, you fuck off. Yeah, you disrespect.
Man, why don't you go to fucking somewhere where you belong?
But real, do you have a question? Yeah, Jeff Metcalf, you're a racist ass prick.
Fuck you, nigger, fucking whore, loving bitch.
Y'all heard that right? Y'all heard that? That there was Jeff Metcalf. He used the N word and he called her a bitch. Racist prick.
That's exactly how you feel.
See the kind of conversations he's starting? You see the rape baiting that he's doing? How can we feel sorry for you?
We can't. And we
You're
don't.
disgusting. And if you're acting this way in public, you might be the reason Austin acts the way that he did.
Yep.
Since you want to go blaming parents, it sounds like he had no self-control.
Yep.
I mean, I've never seen nothing like it. I've never seen anything like it.
Hell, I mean, that's how I feel. I'm trying to tell you, like you said, it's hard to feel sorry for him when you coming out here showing us how this whole incident probably got started, and it started from your house. You bringing up your kids part time. I may add, because at least the Anthony's, it was two parents in the house. You broke that vow and ran off on your woman after putting hands on her.
That's what they're saying. That's
So
what they're
hell
saying,
did.
Jeff. No one would have to dig in your background if you wasn't such a race-baiting a-hole. A race-baiting a-hole. So, listen, I don't know, maybe in Frisco, the whole town is racist like they're saying, and they got the good old boy network going on. And so when you're in your element and you're around, you're comfortable in your environment, you have a tendency to think that people think the way that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And they think black people are stupid.
They do.
They think we're stupid. They think we're uneducated. So they put together this plan. Listen, we're not dumb. We see
Not by any means.
pictures thrown around of you hanging out with the judge. You hanging out with the prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they've said that those pictures are not him. The pictures with the judge and the lawyer, That's not him. But that doesn't excuse his MAGA views, his race baiting, his rage baiting, and things of that nature. It doesn't excuse that at all. Give me 1 second.
This was a good old boy setup.
Show hell
They're
was.
saying that Austin has been transferred to another prison, where he's
Not Austin,
minimum
Carmelo.
security right now. But that's until they get you processed and all the way in. But let me tell you how this circle went, okay? I believe he hooked up with the judge. Okay, they planned this out. He hooked up with the prosecutors. He hooked up with the defense. Okay, so Carlo Anthony's parents went on the Breakfast Club. And they said that they were advised by a black person to get a white attorney.
Dominic Alexander.
Anyone who wanted to come get it, that includes you too.
Nobody's untouchable.
Frisco. I feel bad for what is happening to you, but what? You're in an all-racist town and you're doing what somebody else tells you to do? Okay, let's say that you did it. So, because they did. They hired this white guy, right? And the white guy was telling them things like, oh, don't worry, we're going to get him in court. There's no way he's going to be found guilty. And mind you, in the
Don't you
meantime,
trust that damn white
he's
boy?
fully working with the prosecution. They cut side deals before you even step into the courtroom.
Yep.
So that was a bad mistake right there.
Dumbass
family.
mistake.
Second thing, racism only works if you're afraid. Racism is all in here. Do you think I
Right.
get one damn minute? Do I care about somebody, a white person, and a racist white person, and what they gotta say? No, because listen. They're powerful in numbers, but scared on one-on-ones. They're going around bullying the women, the bloggers, like me. I got another thing for you, Proud Boy. I'm not scared of your dumb ass. You are the lowest of the low. If you really believe that your greatest accomplishment in life is being white, something wrong up here.
Hell yeah.
What else you got to brag about? Just the color of your skin? Because you ain't got no job. You contribute nothing to society. Anyway, so let's go. So they got the prosecutor in on it, the judge in on it, you've got the defense in on it, you've got the alleged uncle who is the warden of the prison that Carmelo just went to. Then I hear that the white supremacist groups, mostly the Proud Boys, have connected with the inside Proud Boys in prison. So everybody knows when you go to prison, prison is the most racist place to be.
Yep.
You divide up in colors. White people over here, black people over here, Mexicans over here, and I don't know, Asians over there, and whatever else. I don't know what the Samoans do. I don't know. But that's how they survive. It is a constant race war in prison. I wouldn't be shocked. Now you guys listen to me. And these are my true feelings. If something happens to Carmelo.
Right.
Because they ain't got shit to do in prison.
They don't.
In the yard, walking back and forth, talking about they're working on their appeal and they're innocent. And this is what they do.
And I think it's highly possible too, Sherelle. Like, well, I mean, anytime you go in there, it's possible things may not end well. It's highly possible because I know how these people think. They think, well, if we eliminate Carmelo, then all of it stops. It stops people from researching. The appeal is gone. Now he's just talking about what happened in the prison instead of talking about how he got the judgment. I mean, the jury, the prosecutor, and all these people to send him to prison. All that was stopped.
Yeah.
Looking into their, on their Facebook pages or in their history, their friendships. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
and we all know this. If you don't know it, Sherelle just said it. When you're dealing with a lot of these attorneys, they go to the same golf course. They might be in court battling each other. I got that way and you got that. And they also make side deals. And if Frisco, the way people say it is, as racist as it is, if you're a white attorney in there and you go and you buck their system, you ain't gonna be working there long. But you'll get promoted if you fall in with the group and carry out their plan. And that's what I think happened. That's what it looked like happened, the way he operated in court. And then now I know he just, Metcalf just knowing all these people. It seemed like it was a total setup. Yeah, just go just a little bit, push back a little bit here, but don't prove nothing so we can send Carmelo down the river.
And let me tell you, it's a little bit more sauce in the mix, okay? Now, because this is going to sound crazy, but it's not. Okay, the most powerful person in the U.S., right, has the networks in a chokehold, right? Basically saying, you say what I want you to say or you're fired.
Basically.
And we've seen them getting rid of great journalists.
Yep.
We've seen them arrest a journalist when he was in Minnesota covering a story. They gave this very famous journalist, y'all know who he is, I love him by the way, they took him to prison for reporting on what was going on. So I hear that calls were made to major networks, don't touch this story. I heard that certain people got approval, like Fox News. Yeah, you know, Fox. Where their slogan is, we hate you if you got melanin in your skin. Anything's possible. Yes, winning is possible. But so is not winning, which means your skin. They're trying to control the narrative. And somebody said to me, why would a very powerful person care about what's going on in Texas? Why did he care what was going on with Kyle Rittenhouse? Why does he care about anything when people say bad things about him? You know, he's breaking into journalists' house, trying to put the fear of God in them. Somebody said to me, well, where is Al Sharpton? Well, he don't want to be fired.
Al Sharpton's paid for.
So that puts a lot of responsibility on the blogs because they think that if they can shut it down, and not let people talk about it, it'll go away. And this will just be our dirty little secret that we did to this one blackie. But maybe they've done it to other black people. I'm a firm believer. If you get caught doing something once, you done already did that 2 or 3, 4 times. Especially too, I was looking at the judge's resume on his website. I think I closed it, and he was like, you know, I mean business when you come in my courtroom. I don't play around. I will give you the maximum sentence. Like he's one of those. Calls himself a conservative.
No, you just being a dickhead.
He went on all kind of levels. And who's reporting this 24 hours a day? Fox News, where they call him a K-er. Convicted K-er, they say he was a thug and all of this.
Typical
so that was
Fox
a part
News.
of the fix. Then these hidden videos that everybody's talking about. Okay, so the prosecutor has in their hands and the defense given to them Somebody gave it to the defense, trying to trust the defense.
Right.
You don't know. You don't know he can cut a deal.
Don't know a damn
Gave
thing.
it to the defense gives it to the prosecution, and the judge says this part is not admissible in court. But because of the FOIA laws, the Information Act, you have to let people see evidence when they request it. How many times did we did? You fill out a form, and then they send you the package of whatever you ask for. But the rules are different here in Frisco, because I called. I was like, yeah, because I want to see this tape. I want to see this tape everybody's talking about. Let me get a copy of the Frisco, the FOIA laws. I want to get a copy. Well, yeah, you're always welcome to get a copy, Miss Lloyd. We are open to the public. It's state law that we have to, give whoever fills out the FOIA what they're asking for. Except you have to come in person to get it. I'm in Vegas. And remember I told y'all I won't even drive through Texas to get to Arizona? That's how bad that state is. And all y'all moving to Dallas, are y'all crazy? Texas is known
For being racist.
for their racism. But anyway, maybe you were born there and stuck there, and you get comfortable with it. I mean, I wasn't raised in the South. I lived in Virginia, and you see I moved out of it. So, and there are some white people standing up. I didn't get a chance to finish editing a video that I'm talking to a white judge, and he says how he was railroading. This is a white judge. So I'm gonna get that out tomorrow. In the meantime, listen to these people who tell you what they seen on the videos and what wasn't permitted in court because of Judge Roach.
I'm here. Sorry, I'm sweating. I was just running.
Wrong video here. Let me see. Here it is.
Carmelo, in the midst of them assaulting him, you can see Carmelo trying to back out everybody. I'm an advocate for Carmelo Anthony. My name is T. And when I went to see the video, they ask if you want to see it from either 2 minutes before the stabbing or 11 minutes before. So I chose 11 minutes. From the moment she pressed play, Carmelo Anthony was already sitting up underneath that canopy. And he was sitting there for at least 8 to 9.5 minutes. You see, well, I saw a boy in a black hoodie go over to him first, and then they left out of the tent, and then you see coming across the field was another 6 boys. When they got to the bleachers, one, he went out of frame, and the other one sat at the bottom. But the remaining 4, they went directly to Carmelo Anthony, and like T said before, it was a brief conversation, and then all you see is commotion. And we know from the interviews that Hunter did, we know that Hunter was, in fact, up underneath that tent. The next thing you see, you can see Carmelo, in the midst of them assaulting him, you can see Carmelo trying to back out, but he gets pulled back forward. The next thing you see is Carmelo, he comes shooting out the back, but he's still not standing. And he had to kind of crab crawl backwards, and he had to jerk away from them because they still had a hold of his hoodie. He goes up a couple bleachers, and he's looking around for which way to go. He runs diagonally down the bleachers, and then he falls. At the time of him falling, that's when I noticed another 3 boys coming down the bleachers chasing after him. But once Carmelo got up, he took off. You didn't see him for the rest of the video. At no point in that video do you see Hunter holding his brother. At no point in that video do you see those boys ever going back to the tent and sitting down. That was all a lie. And I also have questions. I don't know how the defense did not play that video. Because when you see that video, it was self-defense. Carmelo was only 5'8", 130-something pounds, and Austin and Hunter Metcalf were 6'1", 220-something pounds. So for people to say that he should have used his hands, people can die from fights.
Yeah.
From people using their hands.
Right.
another person that saw the video. She said she didn't know why the defense didn't use the video. Because they're in on the fix. That's number one. Number two, how do you not let your son take the stand?
Yeah.
Now, I feel
Yeah,
bad
he
for
should have took the
Carmelo
stand.
Anthony's parents
He should have
for
took the
being
stand.
harassed, but you gotta take some credibility in this too.
Damn
When
right.
I'm listening to what's going on in the courtroom and I hear that on the cross-examination they're throwing softballs, I would have been like, I need a 10-minute break, Judge. I would have gotten his ass. Like, what? My son's taking the stand. They just did what they were told. I think a lot of black people that are raised in the South do that. Am I wrong, Perry?
No, but you're right. And then I think in this case, like, yeah, they got to take accountability because they the one hired the judge. I mean, the attorney and stuff like that. But this attorney sold them on, hey, you can't go in there and raise hell in the courtroom. You got to go in there and embrace it like fellowship. You got to get in tune with the judge and the prosecutor. Like, what?
Bullshit.
Like, we'll just argue our case, but we have to be civil about it. He sold them on
Civil
the
my
fact
ass.
that you can save your son with kindness. And in some kind of way, they had to believe that this this guy being kind, but kindness is one thing. But being stupid, I don't like you. We would have to get a timeout. By the time we had a recess, his ass might not make it back into the courtroom. Because it certainly is blatant that he didn't go after these witnesses and stuff like that hard. He just going with the flow. After his ass don't got paid for like a year. That's crazy.
They got bad. So I want to answer this question. Someone says, Sherelle, isn't Nevada racist too? There's racism everywhere. But Vegas is a 24-hour city with the most billionaires in the United States. They might not like blacks, but they love green.
So hell do.
It's a whole different feel in Vegas. Okay?
Yeah.
Vegas is about money. The more you can't even come to Vegas to make it. Vegas is not a town you go to, I'm going to make it there one day. No.
Nope.
Vegas is for rich people. Period.
Yep.
There's nothing else. It's for the rich, period. And in a weakened economy, Vegas' game plan is to raise the prices and hopefully only allowing the rich to come on vacations. No, Vegas ain't nothing like Texas. We ain't riding no horses. People are driving around in Bentleys and Lamborghinis. And Vegas is a rich town. So if it's a race, I'm sure there is racism here. But
Yeah, it's not.
you got to dig in your wallet and you'll have a good life in Vegas.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this tape, should we play the other guy? He's saying the same thing. There's another man saying the same thing, which is...
I would say play it. Because if you only play it from one person, then there's like, well, maybe that person's telling the truth or not. It's multiple people that have seen this tape way before court even begun.
Right.
And this is what they thought the defense was going to bring up. And now, unless the judge just made sure that he didn't allow it in, and that's the story we probably get into tonight too. But go ahead, Sherelle.
From what I'm hearing, to me, the way my mind works, maybe Hunter and Austin acted like their father.
Yep.
Maybe they thought they can bully people and talk to you any old kind of way, throw out a racial slur, and you're supposed to be scared of them. Racism only works if you fear them. But there's absolutely nothing to fear. Nothing. They are a group of punks, thugs, that think they can bully people. Because it hasn't escaped me. You're only bullying the blogger women. I ain't seen you go up to Charleston White
Nope.
I ain't seen you go up to Willie. They ain't talking to no black dude like they're crazy because white supremacist racists are scared of black men.
Bingo. They are.
Don't believe me? Watch. They're scared of black men. So they're even cowardly in the things that they do on the internet. Let me threaten, go in her chat, and try to disrupt the chat. But you're not doing that to black people, black men, pardon me. You ain't up in DJ Academics' comments. He would stop the whole damn show. White supremacist people are cowards.
They are.
Fearful. Don't fall for their game. Expose them for the cowards that they are and the unaccomplished. All the black man is getting all the jobs because of DEI. Or maybe he went to college and deserved the job.
Right.
While you're at home on the farm, probably, I don't know, kissing your sister, he was getting an education.
Yeah. No, but
I can't stand
Lord have mercy.
white supremacist group, specifically the Proud Boys. Proud of what? Enrique? Proud of what? Is Enrique a white name? Are you hiding the fact that you're Spanish? Enrique? I'm just asking. What were you saying before I moved on?
no, this is actually a trip though. Like talking about just like how can evidence not make it to court? If basically like, 'cause you can't take the witnesses all was his classroom friends, right, under the same tent. What the hell they gonna say? They gonna vouch for him.
Of course.
Now, we need some clear,
It's
some
still
proof.
hot as
And you
hell.
can't tell me ain't nobody, all those kids under that tent with cell phones, ain't nobody film nothing.
I'll be right back.
It was a thing.
On one thing, the one girl came on witness said that she said that Hunter and Austin approached them right after her. Then she changed it. Well, I'm sorry, I just lied on that. Or was you paid off to change it? Slide on that. Or was you paid off to change it? Because then Hunter will have to go on the stand, and they get everything that they showed Carmelo Anthony with like a weapon in his hand on a photo. They did everything but show that these boys had been suspended, their past, Austin and Hunter, and then as a photo came up with both of them holding the weapon. But Fox them ain't gonna show you that. Now,
we're not going to show you a lot of stuff.
Right.
Because the fix is in. Everybody knows the fix is in. Other white people know the fix is in. And I wanted to say this specifically about the leader of the Proud Boys. Enrique, you're a jerk. Go get a job and do something with your life. You're scaring no one. No one. Anyway, so that's what happened. Let's talk about this photo that's going around. Okay.
Yeah.
You said.
Which we now know is
right?
a possible fake photo.
So this photo starts circulating, and people are saying that it's proof that they all know each other. The Good Old Boys Network, they know each other. So then, probably Enrique himself, but someone's going around saying, no, that's AI, that's AI. Okay, and they don't know each other. They really, really don't. I want you guys to take a listen to this.
Found the photo of the judge, Jet Metcalf, the dad. They done found the photo of the judge, Jet Metcalf, the dad, having a celebration at a Christmas party, just to confirm that the image is real and not AI generated. And it seems nobody have told Jet Metcalf to keep his Facebook page on private while the trial is active because all of this evidence is all on his Facebook page. Literally, all you have to do is search up Jeff Metcalf and all of the images is right there. And the jury and nobody see this as a conflict of interest.
Right.
So that's what's going
And see, that's what I'm
on.
saying. It's like the good old boy network. And then let's keep it real. Frisco ain't that big of an area. Now, it's outside of Dallas, but we know how Mayberry can be. That's what Frisco is. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man.
It's a mess. The whole thing is disgusting. It's just so sad. It's so sad. And you make us not give a damn about Austin, the way that the white supremacist groups are acting, the way that all of them are acting. Like, no. These people that saw this video, probably right. All right, so then there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about okay, so the white supremacist groups do not want the Anthonys to have a GoFundMe, right? Because that means they can get real lawyers and maybe an outside lawyer can come in, like that movie In the Heat of the Night. You get a city slicker from New York, come in and dissect this and to explain what's really going on. They don't want that. So they make up lies. Oh, they spent all the money. They spent all their money. Oh, they call and complain. So they got their GoFundMe shut down. And then they tried to open something else. I can't remember the name of it. But every time they try to collect donations, here come the white supremacist groups with their lies. And that's their biggest weapon. Don't believe anything that comes out of white supremacist mouth. Lies, lies, lies. They try to confuse you so they can use you. But that don't work with black people. That's old school. That's back in the 60s. We don't believe a word y'all say. And we're on to the game plan. Let's confuse them. Let's throw this lie out here, this lie out here. Let's disrupt this chat. Let's threaten this blogger. They just sit here all day. That's what I say. They need a job. All of them. Go get a job. You're spending your whole day on the internet or threatening people or planning to burn a cross. Y'all just do the stupidest shit. Burn a cross. What is that gonna do? But get you hurt. Do you remember they were trying to do a rally? Let me tell you the story really quick. Side note. One time a white supremacist group was trying to do a rally and they were on a bridge. Okay, and they were going to stand over the bridge and do what they do. I don't know what they do. But they didn't know that it was next to a black neighborhood. So one black guy came out and said, do you remember this, Perry?
Yeah.
What's going on over there? You're not marching over here. Then two black guys joined, 3, 4. Then all these black people started coming out. And they started going after the white supremacist group. The police tried to hold them back and told the white supremacist group, well, go, before they get through, go. Child, they're a bunch of scary. I'm telling you, they are a bunch of punks.
Yeah.
I can take them down. I can go toe-to-toe with one. And then, if you want to put your hands on a woman, I always got that protection, too. But anyway, what was I talking about?
Oh, no, we were just talking about... that they ain't gonna do. They just talk tough.
They just talk tough.
Unless they're in a group. Basically, is what you were saying.
Also, too, there's this white guy on the internet. He's calling himself Secret Sam, and he's down with the cause. Let me tell you, they've been trying to scare him away too. It's just not working. But I want you guys to hear what he said about this situation. Take a listen.
There are a lot of opinions on what's healthy, but what really matters is what's healthy for you. So Google tapped my team to help create something new that adapts to your body, your goals, and your life.
What mark will you leave on the world? At the Los Angeles Film School, we...
about the Carmelo Anthony case and white celebrities in general. Why are they so silent when something like this happens? Where's Jack Harlow? Wants to dress like he's Mos Def in the 90s. Completely silent. Where's Post Malone? White Iverson uses the black culture to get on, then switches to country music. Silent. Jelly Roll was a fat trap rapper from Texas using black culture. Switch to country. Silent. And please don't forget Kim Kardashian and the whole Kardashian family who uses black men, black culture. They even have black children. Silent. Kid Rock used black culture for every single thing he's done. Silent. Comedians, Tony Hinchcliffe, I'm not a racist, then speak on it. Shane Gillis, I'm not a racist, speak on it. Theo Vaughn, speak on it. Andrew Scholes, speak on it. I'm so tired of all these white celebrities. Pink came out as a black woman, switched to punk rock, speak on it. Chanel West Coast, look at my God, I'm a rapper. I'm appropriating a black woman's soul. And now I switched to country. They consistently use the music, the culture, the swag. They don't have swag, they have wag. White Aryan gestures.
Okay?
Damn.
So don't tell me that white people don't understand when they're looking at racism. You know exactly what the hell you're
They
looking
sure
at.
hell do.
And he told the truth. Y'all been lobbying black people for years. How come you stole R&B? They called it rhythm and blues. You
Yeah, they
stole it,
did. That was
like
Presley.
Chuck Berry and all that. Or no. It's another one. But you steal black people's music and then you give it a new name. You call it country western. Country western? You just didn't copy Little Richard. All these white rappers copying black culture. It's worldwide. They copy black culture. They copy our butts. They copy our lips. They love our men. But then they think they're better than you. I ain't falling for that one either. Kardashians, please.
You have to realize, when they come into black culture and use it up and all that stuff like that, they do it for the pay. They ain't there for the stay.
Nope.
Now,
No, they
Kardashians
not.
could have been all over anything. But people don't want it. Well, it's too touchy. It might hurt my bag if I say something. You know what I'm saying? I might get fired, or it might hurt my reputation because I'm standing up for somebody. If you out here for justice, you stand up for all of it.
Damn right.
Don't pick and choose.
That's what he just said. A white man has.
You ain't got no time to pick and choose.
Now, listen, so it's obvious that the Anthonys do not know what they're doing, right?
They don't.
And it's so weird how Charleston White has come to their rescue. Charleston White, I met Charleston White once through Jaguar, right? And he was nice. And then when you go see him in an interview or something, he's a straight a-hole. He has a good side. And so he lives in Dallas. He was watching this case, and he said he's going to help them. Take a listen to this.
I'm putting up the $75,000 for the kids' appeal. So yeah.
I was just watching a video on that when you called.
Yeah, I'm putting it. They need 150, but I'm putting up 75. But I'm trying to raise $1 million.
Give me the links when you got it.
I will. So I'm finna set up an interview with I'm finna set up an interview with the dad and say GHV at a black church with a black pastor who I trust, and this will be the mom and dad first time talking. Let me just say this: black people hurt this family.
He's coming through, which is really shocking. He's putting $75,000 of his money, and he's been going to other rich black people. Now, we can't name them because people like the Proud Boys here who want to disrupt my chat, but I'm just showing how silly you look. Is this you, Enrique? Still ain't got a job. You still ain't got a job. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Oh, they know I'm not wearing my natural hair. I had cancer. You would know. You would wear one too if you had cancer. What an idiot. These white supremacist people are so dumb. Go get a job, you loser. Back to Charleston White, who I'm really proud of. Because you got idiots like Enrique and Proud Boys and the Aryan Nation and all that stuff. Complete idiots. These are people that like to, they do nothing with their life. They don't accomplish anything. They blame everything on themselves, and then they end up pow-powing the school. And then themselves. Like, these people are losers. They are losers. But I'm proud that black people are coming together saying, no, we got to help this family. Let's get them some money. And it's coming from some powerful black people. They probably won't say their names. I know these people came out publicly. I don't know if they're donating, but they came out in defense of Carmelo, and that's Cardi B. And listen, hands down, don't nobody ask me anymore who's better, Nicki or Cardi.
And she ain't said a damn thing.
Do not ask me who's the best rapper. Cardi B is coming through in the clutch. She really is. She's... Nicki, girl, bye. Just go. And some people say, we love Nicki because she has good music. Nicki don't love you. Nicki not loving you. You still buying her music? Come on now. I mean, do what you want to do. Nicki's got some real emotional problems going on. But her switching teams was the last straw for me. Y'all can keep buying her music if you want to. And she's just going to give it to that P-file.
Meet Go Dogs, the fastest food truck around. Meet Mylanta tonight. It's faster. It makes heartburn after dinner history. It works on contact with a soothing honey chamomile flavor. Mylanta, faster than heartburn.
When you stay with Choice Hotels, you get more of what you value. Like this family, who saved a comfort inn and splurged on matching fits for line dancing.
And she's just going to give it to that P-file. So Nicki's coming through. D.L. Hughley. Oh, D.L. Hughley. We see D.L. Hughley is being upfront and blunt about his feelings. So much so I don't even know if I want to play it. He doesn't hide how he feels.
Right.
He will read you in a minute. He's rich. And if he wants to help, that's what's going to happen. So I'm glad that that's coming through because this needs to be appealed and exposed for what they're doing. So they really thought if they could squash it in the media, and don't you talk about it, MS Now, don't you talk about it, CNN, and don't you talk about it, that they can do what they want to do. You can do what you want to do, but there's going to be some pushback. You weirdo. There's going to be pushback. This is not the first time that they've done this to black people.
Nope. It ain't gonna be the last, neither.
And I'm telling you, racism is a mental health issue. It's a mental health issue.
It
You need
is.
serious therapy for it. That's why I like to watch Tizzy. So Tizzy says that you know the guy that finds stitches and stuff like that. Tizzy says he used to be a white racist. And he said all of a sudden something came over me and he realized racism was wrong. And he stopped. He probably got some help. You know, these people need help. They need help. Perry, what are your thoughts on all of this?
Well, look, I mean, my thoughts is on why the racists come out like they do and try to disrupt things, and why they so angry, and why they need a race war. It's because they got to have something to make them feel justified by not having a job. Oh, DEI didn't have nothing to do with you not having a job. It could be a thing called laziness, stupidity, right? So what they do is that they can't go out there and make a living for themselves, so they just bounce around from chat to chat, maybe go and dig some ditches to buy a weapon to try to be tough. But they want to blame their failures on the minorities.
Yeah.
If we wasn't here, they would be successful. Look, y'all on ran the plantations, had all these years head start, and this is where you at the bottom? What is wrong with you? I mean, for real, let's keep it real. That's where you at. So when you bring your ass over here and want to just do, I know you just talking.
Yeah.
Because if I was to step outside, you wouldn't walk up and say shit to my wife about her hair or any goddamn thing. But anyway, look, this whole thing is this, but I'm telling you, it's gonna get a little worse because when you got like they call these towns when it's mainly
sundown cities.
Yeah, okay, right. This judge ain't gonna want to be faced with the embarrassment of being caught. The prosecutor, they would go out there and literally try to take people out. That's why my fear for Carmelo, that they need to have him isolated, somewhere, because they gonna want to take him out, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Jerry, you ain't never been wrong. Carmelo's in real danger. Real danger. Prison is a place they don't have much to do. So they make up all these prison laws and, and honoring and, it's just, Carmelo's in danger, and I hope he survives. Because I'm serious, that they will try to unalive you. And then they'll tattoo it on their face. And walk around with pride.
Yeah.
And broke as a joke.
Yeah, you got Metcalf over there making hand over hand, fist and cash. That's why he all over the place. He think he's like a superstar at this point.
Yeah.
But in these kind of cultures, when they talk about tent culture, you have a racist culture. He's popular now. He's somebody.
He is.
He's somebody now in that culture, right? He's somebody, and they sending him all kind of money. We proud of you, boy. You're doing great.
Yeah.
No, are you serious?
You putting those years in their place. So,
they're sending him money?
The what?
I just told you. I can't verify it, but they said, because first they want to say is how much the Anthony's got in GoFundMe's or GoSendMe or whatnot, right? They said that he had his own separate GoFundMe, and he made over 500.
Yeah.
Then the mother has made over 100,000.
Oh my gosh.
Remind you, they don't have to pay the prosecutor. Now
they're the ones buying houses with the money, okay?
Right. And he buying booze too, and maybe something else. You see how he sounded? You know what I'm saying?
He's definitely drunk. So I want you to look at this interview, if I can find it, that he did with News Nation, I believe. And he was drunk. He's drunk. Like, where's your girlfriend? Where's your wife? Can't somebody get rid of him? I mean, tell him to stay off of social media, drunk as a skunk.
She might be in the back hill. Shit.
I can't find it. I must have closed it out. Hold on. It's so sad to watch. He's, I hate them all. I hate him. He was really slurring. And
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
okay, the guy that was doing the interview was trying to. Uh-oh.
Copy that. En route to the scene. Drop it now.
Uh-oh. Cheer him on. Listen, you guys. So we'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to cover.
Okay, I won't go Nick at night now. Here we go.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're to Neek at Night. And tonight we have a special guest by the name of Emerald Stone. He's going to be going over Jeff Metcalf's interview that he did, where the gag order on him was lifted. He had a lot of colorful things to say about Carmelo Anthony. He had a lot of racial undertones that had you go, was he ever really sincere, or what is this really given? Now, we're going to go over all of that in this video. I'm going to bring Emerald Stone down just a second to talk to you guys. So, my day, and I want to just make a few things clear, right? So, I did an interview with Dominic Alexander, and that was who I know or knew to be the family activist connected to the Carmelo Anthony family. I was not under the impression, or I did not know that there was kind of like a separation between the two. When I did that interview, I also was not aware of any type of record or criminal record or anything like that. I had no idea. I have had a very long week. I've had targeted smear campaigns like no other. I've never experienced this level of lies, defamatory statements, racial attacks on my channel, and just outright smeared, like a deliberate, nasty, and despicable smear campaign. I've never had a situation with another influencer where they would deliberately take material of other YouTubers that they know is not me and lie and say that it's me, and also take audio and do this whole smear targeted account. I've never had goons show up to a court case that I trying to intimidate me. So excuse me for not thinking that that was on my priority list to kind of research and like, let me look up this person's criminal record. That wasn't my thing. I had the incident happen on Monday where I broke down, and then on Tuesday was the verdict. My mother, she was petrified for my safety, being that I let her know how the sheriffs were operating, how I let her know how everything was going on, and she just was scared for my life, like literally scared for my life that these people would come up there, and how the sheriffs were not doing anything about it, and how this woman was deliberately trying to target me and my brand and everything like that. So after that, I did, after the verdict, I did a show with Emerald, and then the very next morning I flew, or the very next, like after I checked out of my hotel, I flew directly to California. Once I flew to California, I got off the plane, I talked to Dominique, did the interview, that was it. I didn't have time to research anything, look up it. That wasn't like my main concern. My main concern was, hey, there's a lot of misinformation going on. People are saying that this was a public defender. I want to know, hey, what's going on with the experts? Why wasn't there any experts? And that was the first point of contact that I can try to get some information from. Fast forward all the way to today, the Black Panther Party called me to make sure that I was safe. That was like one of the first things that they called to say, like, hey, sister, like, we want to know, like, are you safe? Like, are you good? Like, are you okay? You know, checking on me to make sure that I was mentally okay and that I was safe and I was, you know, okay, because what I experienced this week was extremely traumatic. I don't know if it kind of translates to y'all, the gravity. I've never had these types of deliberate misinformation like this, like deliberate attacks on my credibility. I've never, ever had this level of a smear campaign ever. I've just never experienced that, and I've never had this many racists come on my page ever. So all of these things were new experiences. I'm used to dealing with YouTubers that have, or influencers that have main character syndrome, but this was something totally different. This was a targeted, like, collaborative, like, attack, and it all was like, it's a lot. I've never dealt with that. You know, my week was a lot. They called to make sure that I was okay. While we were on the phone, Carmelo Anthony's father had called one of them, and we all got patched in on a three-way. And that was a powerful conversation. He was, just speaking about like what his time these last days have been, trying to figure out a way that people can support their family. And those are things that I guess there will be new updates coming soon. My heart goes out to the Carmelo Anthony family. I couldn't imagine having my child railroaded. I could not imagine having to deal with all of these racist, white supremacy groups, these targeted attacks. I'm dealing with this for the first time. I can't imagine how they feel from these white supremacist groups attacks and them having their, like, all of these things. So my heart goes out to them. I'll be looking forward to whatever updates that they have, and I'll have updates for y'all coming soon as well. With that being said, let me bring up Emerald, and we're gonna go over the transcript of Jeff Metcalf's interview. Now, I'm not going to play the interview because we're not going to play their content, but they don't own the English language, so we can use a transcript to read exactly what was said and go over some of the key points. Because it was 3 hours long and we don't have 3 hours to sit and listen to like all of these watermelon tones and all of this kind of stuff, we picked some key points out and gonna go through it. So Emerald's going to take the first excerpts and give the timestamp as well.
Try Nature Made. Made with quality, made to care for you every day.
And give the timestamp as well. I can't hear you. It's muted.
All right, absolutely. So, so the first timestamp, it starts at 51 minutes, and this is from 51 minutes to 56 minutes and 23 seconds. And this particular section, this is the watermelon felon. We just gonna jump right into it. So, talking about the watermelon felon and what leads to that. So he goes on to say, Jeff Metcalf, he says, "Let me make one up. Let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral." And then he goes on to say, "I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such a little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about watermelon felon? How's that one strike him? I hope he enjoyed his first night in the cell last night, because he's going to have many nights to think about what the fuck he did. He sat there in that courtroom looking at his lap, looking like a little innocent child when the jury was in a box. But the second the cameras were off, he wanted to act tough. Well, tough guy." And then it kind of cuts here, but it's like, "Well, tough guy is in an orange jumpsuit now. All you people out there, all your little bots, all your little phone calls."
You people. You know that's a dog whistle, right? You people. Anytime a white guy uses you people.
"All your death threats, and who's that big fat dude from Arizona? Lady Gaga gag on something. I don't know his name. Mr. Tough Guy talks big shit like these are the comes on me. Oh, Gene, Jeff, guess what? Go suck a dick to dude. That's your favorite hobby. You want to jump in my inbox talking about justice? You don't know the first thing about what happens on those grounds. You sit out there in Arizona or wherever the hell you are, hiding behind a profile picture, thinking you're making a difference. You're a joke." Now, he goes on to Tiffany Billions, and he says, "Tiffany Billions, that effing water buffalo. She looks like a water buffalo. We're going to start hurling insults. We can go back and forth, but here's the deal. I'm not going to engage, bro. I'm going to give you a little taste, and that's it. I'm done. Because you know what? You're not working. You're not worth the sweat of my effing balls. You sit there on your little platform trying to coordinate people to harass a grieving family, pulling up old photos, trying to do deep dives into our lives. You have no class. You have no dignity. Your face matches your personality. I saw you sitting in those galleries benches trying to stare us down, and you looked ridiculous.
All right. So in that excerpt, you have two key racist tropes that are attributed
Yeah.
to black people. Now, it is one thing to be a grieving father and you're upset and angry with people that you feel as though are in support of Carmelo Anthony's family. And then there's a whole total other thing where in your grief or your anger, you show who you really are by making sure that you insult the race of the defendant and you use tropes that have been historically linked to black people and to try to diss us. Now, I know that some of you guys already know about the watermelon trope and everything like that, but let's take a deep dive of that. So when someone uses this to mock a black person, they aren't making a random joke about fruit. This is a historical, weaponized character that dates back to post-Civil War era, all right? Historically, formerly enslaved people grew watermelon as a symbol of their new freedom and economic self-sufficiency. In response, white supremacists turned the watermelon into a visual propaganda tool to depict black people as lazy, simple-minded, and childish. It was used on minstrel show posters, postcards, and film to justify white superiority by portraying black people as inferior. When you hear the term today, it is a direct, it is a direct link to that history. It's an attempt to reduce a person to a racist, dehumanizing character from the Jim Crow era. Now, the second part of it, he also called Tiffany Billions a water buffalo. A water buffalo is also a term linked to black people. And basically, in media analysis, this is what we call animalistic dehumanization. Psychologically tells us that when someone compares a person to an animal, they're intentionally trying to strip the person of their human traits, like their morality, their warmth, and their complex emotions. By labeling a human being as a beast of a burden, the speaker is trying to move them outside of the sphere of moral rules. It is a classic tactic used to make it easier for people to disregard that person's feelings or their basic rights. It's not about the animal, it's about denial of humanity. All right? So you can go.
Yeah, so, this is interesting because, there were some words that I heard that, in the beginning that Dominique had kept him from the prayer, and some people were thinking that, oh, that's a bad thing. Why wouldn't you allow, Jeff to come to the prayer? His son got killed, etc. It's like, well, and then as things started progressing, as much as they tried to say this wasn't a race thing, if they wait until the trial's actually done with to actually show their true colors. So now it's like there is no question about it. Like, you're racist, and if you're a racist, that the likelihood of you teaching your children to be racist is very, very high. So we're seeing it all come out here. And it also makes me think of something that we said last time when we were streaming, where we were talking about the dehumanization of black people. This idea that, they have authority over us because it was law that we were 3/5 of a human being in this country. So because we're 3/5 of a human being, that means that we don't feel like they feel. We're not on the same plane. We don't think like they think in their mind. So therefore, they have this type of authority over us, which I think is the same authority, personally, that could have been passed down to Austin Metcalf as well. The same level of, what are you doing in here? I can put my hands on you, kind of ordeal. So we see this dehumanization and using racial tropes. I mean, this is classic, and it's coming out now.
And we also see who he aligns himself with, people who are actively showing and using the Proud Boys as their muscle. And it's ironic that there was a gag order all year. However, this same person that did their first interview has been the mouthpiece to sound the alarm to a lot of these things. And it's like, it makes you wonder, but not wonder too much because it's kind of, we see what it is. But it's like, what is that saying? Show me who your friends are, and I'll show you like who you are. Like, you can tell like who he aligns himself with.
Right.
Every single day of the trial. The same woman that is using the Proud Boys as her muscle.
I'm not gonna play all of this, but I do want to play enough of this.
The Metcalf family was talking to her in conversation, making sure that she made it in. There was lies told to get her in on that first day. And they were kind of like protecting this woman, and so was the sheriff.
This
So
all black
it's
and
like this
helping
little like clique of people, and it just kind of shows you the alignment and what it really was about. And the thing that I don't like is a lot of people try to make it seem like, oh, it's the black people trying to make this a race thing. It was the black people were responding to white supremacists, making it that way, in my opinion. That's my opinion from my observation.
I heard someone, when they were kind of arguing before the verdict came, and they said, I go A, B, C, D. They said, A is the approach. After you approach, there's B, C, D, So after that initial approach, and we see it even with the whole Austin Metcalf situation. He approached first. I don't want to get too much into the case, but he approached first. For some reason, there is an obsession with black people where they just keep having to approach. It's like race.
Always.
I'm starting to think that with some of these racist people, that race doesn't leave their mind. They think about it 24/7. That's why every time you look at them,
especially white folks.
So,
and some of these Asians.
This is just all coming out. This is proof.
Yeah.
Not that we needed it.
Not that we needed it, but...
You want to go to the next part?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You want me to read? I don't mind.
Let me see. Yeah, go to the next one. Let me see.
Okay. This one's the denying the game.
Oh, no, we can pass that one. Go to 3.
Pass that one. Yeah, I'm going to go to 3. Now, this one's very interesting, right? Because, I've done a lot of work in Frisco, and he talks about the demographics here, right? Now, this is, the timestamp here is about at 2 hours and 4 minutes and 8 seconds, going to 2 hours, 8 minutes and 14 seconds. And he goes on to say, everyone thinks you, Superintendent Mike Waltrip, did such great things for Frisco. Really? Then why do we have declining enrollment? Why are we losing funding because of populations and growth displacement? Why are we having people homeschool their kids more? I can tell you because Frisco ISD is no longer what it used to be. Keep that in mind. No.
Translation. He wants the schools to be all white. MAGA talking point.
No longer what it used to be. Just
what
like
it used to be. No, go ahead. Sorry. No, you said no longer what it used to be, but...
Right. And they always talk about what it used to be, whatever that means. It's no longer what it used to be. Just like this town is no longer what it used to be. Parents are fleeing this district because the standards have completely collapsed to accommodate people who don't even belong here. Now,
dog
I'm not
whistle.
Here to talk about H-1 visa fraud or different ethnic groups who have decided to invade Frisco. Everyone can live where you want to live.
Knows the words he used the word invade. Anytime a white person uses the word invade, that means that they want their community to be all white, everything.
But this complexity of this city has changed dramatically, and I'm not saying this for the better. We built a community based on safety, achievement, and now we're importing the exact culture we paid to get away from. Now that's interesting. Before we continue, because for those who don't know, that H-1B visa that he's talking about, and the fraud is this idea because if you go to Frisco, like I said, I used to do a lot of work in Frisco. And Frisco is about 30% Desi or like Southeast Asian. So we're talking about India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Like, it's a lot of people coming there. And, a lot of them are to me, in my experience, are great people. They're engineers, they're doctors, and they're a lot of time tech, into tech, like IT and what have you. But what I noticed was that, I heard a big cry, especially from like white right-wing folks about, feeling like it was being invaded. And the reason that they're saying that is because H-1B visas, what they're doing is that it's supposed to be a visa where you hire somebody with a specialized skill, usually something that Americans like can't do or usually do. And you hire these people, and then they come, they can come to the country and work for America, right?
Right.
But what they're finding, according to the alleged scam, is that they're hiring people to do stuff like, like a cashier, like something that anybody can do. Let's just say hypothetically, and they're doing it so much that, and this is according to the allegations, of course, that now 30% of Frisco is taken over. Now a lot of people have an issue with that, mostly whites, and he, in this quote, is proving to be amongst one of those. So, but people that don't belong here, we want it where it used to be. So he doesn't just have a chip on his shoulder about black people.
Nature's miracle. Permanently eliminate tough odors and stains at the source.
There is a lot about the job that isn't actually that fun that I have now automated away.
Where it used to be. So he doesn't just have a chip on his shoulder about black people. It's anybody else as well.
Right. And so this is a classic white flight narrative packaged for a modern audience.
Yep.
By labeling diverse families as an invasion or culture we pay to get away from, he is suggesting that a school district's value is tied to its racial
whiteness.
like homogenizing things. He is scapegoating neighbors
He is
and
typical
immigrant
MAGA.
families for complex financial issues like declining enrollment or budget deficits that are actually the result of broader economic shifts and district management, not the presence of diverse human beings. And as far as like the H-1 visa, linking H-1 visa programs to school district displacement is a tactic designed to trigger fear of the other. The H-1B program is a federal employment visa for highly skilled workers. These families contribute to the local economy and pay the same taxes as anyone else. Bringing this up has nothing to do with the school enrollment and everything to do with trying to characterize a specific ethnic group, in this case, often targeting the Asian community, which makes up a significant portion of Frisco's population, as inherently fraudulent or not belonging here. Now, this demographic is also like the Indian community as well, and that is clear that he is trying to basically say like this, like how it used to be. How it used to be was more predominantly white is what it sounds like. Now, I don't live out there, so I don't know, but my only guess is that what it used to be was more white people, less Indians, less Asian, less black, and he wants it to get back to where it used to be, is what it sounds like. That's my... We all interpret things differently. So yeah, that's my
answer. One thing I wanted to add to that too is like if you look at how when they say Asian, usually they're talking about Southeast Asia because that's all. You go over there, you got the best Indian food you ever get in your life. Oh man, I'm gonna dry. Anyway, one thing that you'll notice over there is in Frisco specifically, and this relates because this is to his racism. I remember my father one day, he was telling me how he would go to church. And a lot of the white folks would get mad because he wore better suits, he drove a better car, and he had a larger house. And they're saying, what's this Negro doing, with all of this? And I'm living like this, but he's living large. And this would infuriate them so badly. Now what you see in Frisco is because a lot of these people are into tech, they're engineers, and they all know medicine. I've seen them pull up in Rolls Royce to their mosque. They pull up in, or even to their Hindu temples. They pull up in the latest, the latest cars, the latest Teslas, the Cybertrucks, and everything. I got them on pictures. So seeing that is really making some of the people in that community very angry. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue because now he talks about something that went viral. He actually now tries to, as he says that, now tries to retract from quote unquote identifying as a racist, right? So he says, you made the decision to let a white supremacist hold a rally. And this is off that video. I mean, a couple videos went around, but we'll speak about that video in a second. You let a white supremacist hold a rally on the same grounds my son was murdered 3 weeks prior. Everyone thought I was gonna jump on board with this jackass, Jake Lang. Well, guess what? My friend Bruce Carter, the big black boy. Well, this was another. I believe this is another rally that Jake Lang had. He said, the big black boy with the cowboy hat. Yeah, my buddy. I said, Bruce, you have to go my place. The DA says I can't go because of the restrictions. So Bruce shows up and says, did you ask Jeff to use his son's image? No, Jeff stands with us. No, he doesn't. Jeff sent me. Bruce calls me, tells me where he's at, tells me what's going on. I had no clue. I was on a speakerphone at the in front of the whole crowd. So I'll let Mr. Lang speak. I'll let Mr. Lang speak. Gave him his time. Talked about how I should be upset and lashing out at black people, and all white people should be mad. And here's the good feeling, guys. Like I said before, I'm not racist against whites or blacks. So Jake Lang, for those who don't know, he's the dude in that video that we have put out that went viral, where he said that Carmelo Anthony should be hanging from a tree, right? And it's that same guy. So what he does, he's an agitator. He actually did protest in Frisco, in Plano, and in a couple different places. Well, you either do Islamophobic or anti-black or what have you. So he did one, and then he showed up at Collin County Courthouse as well. So he goes on to say, and I'll just close it out here. So what I tell Mr. Lang after we spoke, he thought I was going to jump on board and we were going to have this big political rally, the big racial movement. My exact words were this: Mr. Lang, you, my friend, are a part of the fucking problem. I don't condone what you do. I'm not associated with you. Take my son's name off your website. Do not use his image ever again. I don't support you. Don't ever mention my name. So all the black people standing around the courthouse went, oh, well, maybe he's not racist. No shit. I don't need a skin-headed group to defend my family, but I'm also not going to let the black activists pretend like their community didn't bring this violence directly into our schools. Our schools. That's how he ends that.
Again, dog whistle.
Now this is a real kitchen. Full speed, running on Genius, order fitting instantly. Drive-through and delivery, all moving together. That's how restaurants stay in sync. Big leap reliability for any business.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Every interview we have, Finn is involved in almost every single one of them, 99-point-something%.
Sometime day.
That's how he ends that.
Yeah, and so, hold on, let me see what this is.
All good. Our schools, like the black activists brought that into our schools. Even though it's interesting because even though he separates himself with the term racist, functionally I'm hearing racist sentiments. All right, cool. You're not with Jake Lang. You're not with the skinheaded quote unquote movement, right? Yeah. But at the same time, you're saying racist things out your mouth. Like,
right.
Like his form of racism.
Using like a fallacy, right? He's trying to like distance himself from a skinhead group to try to buy credibility so his subsequent attacks on black activists sound reasonable. But notice his language. He claims black activists brought violence directly into our schools. This is a dangerous inversion of the truth. He's using his platform to criminalize the act of advocacy, suggesting that the families of color who live in the district are an undisciplined element. So he's trying to act like look, I'm being even kilter, like I'm calling even the white people out, but he doesn't really even have true vitriol towards Jake Lang. He really has vitriol towards the black community with how he describes us and how he pushes that out. But that's the same thing with how I even feel like they arrested Jake Lang in the first place. It's like, look, we're being fair. We're not just arresting black people. That's kind of one of those things, to try to act like you are fair to both. And the same way when they get their token black person to be around them, like, look, I have a black friend. That's kind of what it is with this calling out of Jake Lang. It's like, you are aligned with these people, and even though you say that you're not aligned with Jake Lang, what about the person that interviewed you that's clearly putting out these tones of anti-black and all of that? But I have a black friend, so come on.
It's easy to call out somebody who's an extremist who doesn't care about their reputation. It's like, oh, y'all don't lie with that person. That person don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these people, they're there for views. They're there for likes. They're out there so they can become more and more popular, and they really don't care. You know, a very interesting thing, that when I first met Jake Lang, it was at another protest. And I was doing reporting for this film that I'm working on. It's called Rifts, and it's about religious freedom in America. And this was in this anti-Islam protest. And the first time I've ever seen him, I actually heard about the protest and showed up. The second time, which was the Collin County courthouse, he just popped up. But that first time, I asked him this. I said, man, you got Qurans out here burning. You got the pig head. You know what I'm saying? You literally had a pig head out there dripping blood. And I said, yo, I said, come on, why they pig heads, man? And he looked at me. He said, because it's lit. And got in the car and drove away. And then I realized, I'm like, a lot of these people who are quote unquote extremists, white, these people, it's because it's lit. It gets the people going, right? So his separation from somebody like this, it literally doesn't mean anything. It's like, oh yeah, you could say, oh yeah, Nat Turner just killing a bunch of white people, just random white people. Some people, they're okay with distancing themselves with that because it seems like something that's so far in the extreme that, they won't really be held accountable for that. So we see this. This is classic. This is just classic,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to the next part.
Okay, let's go to the next part. Okay, so now he just started targeting some activists here, y'all. So this is timestamp. This is 2 hours and 11 minutes and 15 seconds, and then going all the way over to 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Excuse me, 2 hours, 13 minutes and 40 seconds. He goes on to say, you got these social media accounts, these independent bloggers sitting up here trying to act like they're doing high-minded civil rights work. Dominique, you're an absolute fraud. You're out here doing little internet infomercials for your own brand, trying to hustle donations while a family is bleeding out in public view. You think you can come down to Collin County from Dallas and dictate how our schools run? Remember, our schools, how our administration responds and how our courts operate? You're nobody. You have no authority here. You have no status. You don't pay taxes in this district. But you want to ride the coattails of a tragedy because your own platform can't generate 2 cents of real value without tapping into a high-profile case? You show up with your megaphone, you get your little 30-second clips for TikTok, and then you pack up and leave the community to deal with the wreckage you created. And the rest of y'all in the chat following behind him like blind sheep. You're being completely hustled. You're being fed a manufactured narrative by people who don't care about the truth or justice. They care about the metrics. They need the algorithms to push the conflict. They need the racial outrage to keep the lights on and keep the cash flowing into their cash apps. And you're falling for it, hook, line, and sinker.
It's classic projection for me. Because they are all, you know, and what's funny is, didn't the Metcalfs raise money as well? Like, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't money raised on their side? Or do you know?
What, did the Metcalfs raise money? Absolutely. From my knowledge, they absolutely did.
Guests are terrible guests. So before they move in, we move in. Local experts. Custom treatments. That's early pest control.
They did.
Yeah, so it's always interesting, and I have to do my own independent. I have to make sure, but from what I've heard is they raised money as well, but they tried to make it to where anybody else who raised money is doing something wrong. It's like you're using this situation to line your pockets, even though you are a parent of a victim. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to crowdfund. How were you making a living before this tragedy? You know, how were you making a living before? So to try to weaponize people using GoFundMe's is always ironic because they're the main ones that run to this. Even the person doing the interview, like, they're the main ones grifting line. They want me dead, or like amplifying certain things to try to get more donations. Like, you guys are the main freaking culprits of that.
They are.
I'm looking right now. There is a GoFundMe out right now. It says honoring Austin Metcalf, help his family heal, and it is raised $613,961 raised out of $1 million. That's 13.3K donations, and this is live on GoFundMe. Anybody can look it up. Honoring Austin Metcalf, help his family heal. So 600,000. That's what they're talking about, right? That's 600,000.
So they're using money to heal, but what that really is using this tragedy for financial gain. Because if I'm a parent, and I mean, they didn't need a lawyer, right? The prosecution in the state picked up this case. So it's not like they had to fund and get a criminal team to like litigate this for them. The prosecution litigated it. The state of Texas litigated this. So what is the money for? But yet they always weaponize anybody else raising money and trying to say that they're like lining their pockets. But what are you doing? Like, how, like, I'm sure you guys had insurance policies, right? Like, so on top of whatever, and again, I don't know if they did have insurance policy, I'm just going to assume. So on top of that, you're also raising money, but then try to weaponize anybody else. It's kind of crazy to me. Like, it's like, that's open grip. Like, it's the hypocrisy at its finest. Crazy. Like, what? And the main, like, but it's the entitlement, right? They feel like they're superior. They feel like this is their right. This is what they feel like is owed to them. And granted, he is the father of a slain boy. But let's be real and call a spade a spade. I don't spare no racist at the end of the day. You're a racist, it is what it is. A victim of a father or not. You find yourself a white supremacy, victim of father or not. Like, you line yourself up with a woman that is doing a targeted smear campaign to discredit people, and you see the malicious thing that they're doing, and that's who you align with? Child, victim of a father or not. Like, period. Like, it's hypocrisy for me.
And it's not even about a father raising, like, because this is how they'll spin it. This is how they're gonna spin it. Oh, now they're criticizing the family for raising money. They don't want, they don't want him to raise any money. It's not that. It's the fact that you're criticizing other people for raising money while you're doing the same thing. right? That's the whole thing. It's like you're doing the same exact. In fact, the numbers are about the same. That 600,000 that they talking about is about the same on both sides. So it's the fact that you're trying to criticize others that makes it. It brings it back to that sense of entitlement that, oh, I'm the authority over you. You shouldn't be doing this. I gotta tell you what you should be doing, black person.
Like, get in line, boy. Sit back, like,
boy.
it's like all of that. Like, it's giving all of that.
Very much.
Come on now. So then it go on. Let me see, superintendent. Oh man, this part now, he starts going like crazy. Like this part, I remember when I was reading it, I was like, man, he goes like you from Cali. He goes Tupac hit him up. Like, you know, like he goes on this when he starts to go after everyone. So this is what he talks about the scorched earth climax on the critics, right? It's quote unquote. So this isn't the timestamp. This is 2 hours and 13 minutes and 55 seconds and 2 hours 18 minutes and 45 seconds. Now, roll with me. He says like this: Superintendent, cowards who folds like a sheep. Who folds like a cheap tent under pressure from a piss poor activist. Nobody who does infomercials about his company. Still talking about Dominique. I'm assuming here. Let me be clear that you're a effing idiot, Dominique. Let me be clear. You don't put 2 cents together without ChatGPT. You have to use a computer program just to formulate.
Wait. I'm sorry to pause you, but every day that one woman put her analysis up, it looked like a ChatGPT summary from NBC to me. I don't know for a fact, but it definitely didn't look like she did her own independent notes. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Read it.
So he said,
start from the top.
Superintendent, cowards, who folds like a cheap tent under. That's an interesting choice of word. Who folds like a cheap tent under pressure from a piss poor activist. Nobody who does infomercials about his company. Let me be clear that you're an effing idiot, Dominique. Let me be clear. You couldn't put 2 cents together without ChatGPT. You have to use a computer program just to formulate an email to the school board because your own brain can't construct a coherent sentence. Tiffany Billions. I don't know what kind of glamour shot you steal from other people and put up on your profile, but it doesn't match your effing goddamn water buffalo looking ass. When I saw you at the courthouse, you're walking around the lobby like you own the place, whispering to reporters, trying to leak garbage information about my family. Your online persona is a total illusion, just like the rest of your little crew. Charleston White. You look like an effing crackhead. Even though you got money, you're the only person around who. Drew, you're just an idiot. If y'all want to talk to me, you know where I am. You never once apologized. You never once said you were sorry. You lied your ass off and tried to tell people you paid to offer to pay for my boy's funeral. You couldn't even offer your hand in for a handshake. You're a grifting piece of shit. You want to pretend you're a pillar of the community, but you're just a parasite feeding off a trial. Your character says it all. I don't have to say a damn word. Your actions speak for themselves. You and your little bow tie. What the hell is that, dude? Maybe you and Chris King are butt buddies. Like, y'all swap ties and shit. I don't know. He lives in Washington, and he lived here in Plano. He thinks he's some intelligent dude. Really? 1989 Saab. Oh, I'm effing impressed. Oh, look at me. I talk to my all day long. You put it on people so they can't see. I think you have some serious insecurities, bro. I'm a lawyer. Who gives a? You're not very good one. Oh, I've done this, I've done that. You have not. You have to brag on yourself. You have to blow your own horn. Really? You're not a man. You just want attention. Maybe your parents didn't give you love when you were little. I don't know the way you are. Why? I can't explain it. And you know why? I don't give a shit. You're nothing to me. But yet where you come up with the words Metcalfians. I live in your head every day because you talk about me every day. Dude, thank you. I'm so flattered that you think about me, but I'm not your type. Sorry. I figure in a couple of months you'll be on the next hot topic, or you'll have some legal crusade you can join maybe, or leave possibility in your 89s off. And the only thing about you is I like your dog. That's about it. In your house, dude, I'm not one to judge, but you don't live in some sprawling mansion. Really? Clean your house. You look like a effing hoarder. Better yet, once you have Tiffany move in and y'all can live together and do a podcast, that would be fine. Stay out of my life. I'm not inviting you. Go kick rocks in somebody else's backyard, because if you come in my backyard, you won't be kicking rocks, I promise. And then this is the last paragraph right here. So all the people that still want to come F with me, go ahead. I'm here. Guess what? I'm taking every single blow you have given. And guess what? I'm still standing. I'm still here. All you irrelevant pieces of shit are going to dissipate like a piece of shit in my toilet when I flush it. It just goes away. The same way, dude. He said the same way, dude. You're all going to go away. Because guess what? You can't make no more money. He's guilty. No more TikToks and debating. Oh my God, Mr. Metcalf is this. He did this. Oh my God, look, Carmelo's a little baby. He's innocent. No, he's guilty. He's going to prison. Yay.
Are you looking to establish your business using an address other than your home? Well, at iPostal One, we can help with that.
Going to prison. Yay. Stop there.
All right. So, I mean, as you can see, he had a lot of hostility. Now, as for me, I didn't know about his relationship to Tiffany Billions or Charleston White. I had no idea about like their lawsuit or anything until I started covering this case. I purposefully did not investigate the side characters, because a lot of times when you cover a trial or you have like a trending story, there's like side characters that are attached to it. And I didn't look into the people like the woman who, you know, he aligned himself with. I had no idea about her. I had no idea about Tiffany Billion. There's no shade to nobody, but I didn't know about anything. I wanted to have a clear palette, like a clean palette when I covered the case. And once I went and I'm like, it seems like, you know, as soon as I started covering it, and as soon as I was a black woman, I was immediately under attack. It was, oh, this person not telling the truth. I've never had my credibility questioned to this degree, like, ever. And it was like, damn, are they specifically targeting anybody that is on the side of fairness and truth and not aligned with white supremacy? People who are black that want to be a voice, you know? So like listening to his like rant go off on different people who have spoke about this case, to me it just sounds like you guys don't have the white supremacist message. You guys are not white. You're not in the club. And you know, and especially his line where he says, if you come in my backyard, you won't be kicking rocks, I promise. So if they come in his backyard, what is he doing? Like, is this a threat? Like, it doesn't sound like it's about justice or grief. It sounds like he's trying to publicly intimidate any media people, any journalist, or try to frighten anybody who is going to cover the case. I mean, it's clear that they're frightened from our message, because if I'm such a good journalist, right? Like if I'm just the truth speaker and I have a reputation of, you know, sharing the truthful message, I'm going to focus on my work, right? I'm going to focus on just me getting the facts out, me doing my thing. The fact that they have to do a deliberate, and not Jeff, but the people he aligns himself with, the fact that they have to do deliberate smear campaigns and lies, like literally use a different black woman's video, say that it's me, to say that I'm a liar, use a different black woman's audio, say that it's me. It's clearly not me on either of them, but the fact that they would go to those lengths tell you it's not about telling the truth. It's about, let's try to discredit, smear, and obliterate anybody who may be a fair voice and anybody that doesn't align with white supremacy or racism. That's my opinion, my interpretation. Because if you're so good at what you do, which the commentary sucks, but if you are so good at what you do, then you would just be killing it with that. You wouldn't have to try to discredit all these other people. But there's a clear agenda here. And some of the things that he says, it kind of highlights some of those agendas and some of these tones and rhetoric that he spews out. And although he's talking about Tiffany Billions and Charleston White, and I'm neither one of those people, it's clear how I was done and the smear campaign that was done to my platform, and the clear lies that can be verified as lies, saying that Queen Sheba's reporting is me, that we don't talk like, we don't sound alike, we don't look alike, we have a similar hairstyle. But even using that other woman's audio when she was in the bathroom trying to weaponize it, like, you know, it's just like, it's intimidation to me. Like, all of it is intimidation. Let's get all of them scared to report. Let's launch our hateful audiences onto them. Let's send and seek people out so that we're the only ones spending our message. Because after all, what did he say? How the county used to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it just,
Our school,
like
to it, it's icky. There, you know, what's interesting too is that I know we spoke about this last time, but it's just like this idea of legacy media, right? When you tried to get into to Collin County, and it was this idea of, no, we only allow legacy media, but yet they were accommodating a very specific blogger. As you said, protecting that blogger. You said even the police were protecting that blogger so that they can make sure that specific blogger gets in. That's not legacy media. Why are you treating this individual like they legacy media and then making it harder for people to come and tell their actual story? Oh, I get it. You don't want anybody that's not legacy or locked in with the way that you would like to tell what's going on in the actual courtroom. Right? Yeah. So they got it down to a science to where it's like in that town where it's like systematically we will push you out. We have people who know people who know people who know people, and all of us work in the same district, you know, and you know everybody's on payroll. So you know that's just
the fact that if this woman is on anybody's payroll, she seems to have her own agenda that aligns with some of the things that they have going on. I don't know who's on whose payroll, so I don't want to make that allegation, but it seems like a clique, if not for anything, you know.
Yeah, so when I say payroll, I just meant like the city itself, like the people who. Yeah, that's that. I don't know about her. Just to be clear on my side as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It just seems real cliquey.
It's definitely cliquey for sure.
And it seems like and also too, like, can you play what the judge said? Because he claimed that the reason why he didn't want to stream the trial is because he didn't want, you know, the media to influence it. But they have a person that is targeting bloggers, making shit more chaotic, spreading all of these hateful rhetorics. But that person was able to like spread all this nonsense throughout the trial, and that was fine. But I feel like that was part of the strategy.
Yeah. So let me see. I can get that for you right now. I actually sent it to you as well if you want to share it on the screen. Let me see.
Oh yeah, I can share it on the screen. Hold on.
Yeah, I just shared it with you so that everybody can see it. Man, the second I seen this guy, I'm not gonna go any further, but the second I seen this guy, I was like,
I felt so bad for Carmelo when I seen this guy.
Hold on, let me go to it.
Now y'all just look at his face, y'all, if y'all haven't seen his face.
Just like a very cool way to prototype extremely quickly. If I go here in Figma, I just have this design here that I pulled together. I can just take the link, I can copy a link to selection, and then I can go into Codex and I can just paste the link. Use the Figma skill to implement the page in my app. It was like 90% of the way there.
It's time for Operation American 250. Yeah. We're gonna go see Young Washington in theaters this 4th of July. Yeah. Now they expect us to walk through the front door and pay $30 for 2 tickets. But we're gonna take them by surprise and sign up with Angel for $15 and get 2 free tickets to Young Washington.
Plus 2 tickets to every Angel movie coming to theaters. We're talking The Brink of War, Runner, Angel and the Bad Man, Drummer Boy, Hershey, and Stairway D.
And those are just the ones coming out this year. Those tickets are included with streaming Angel's whole library. You know it, for just $15 a month. That's the American 250 offer.
Let's storm the theaters!
With Angel tickets for Young Washington. Celebrate American 250 with Angel Premium. Get instant streaming access and 2 tickets to Young Washington in theaters July 4th.
Oh wait, I'm trying not to show my... Okay, let me share it now. Oh, and I didn't see that you had sent me the GoFundMe too.
Yeah, I sent you the GoFundMe link as well.
Okay, hold on.
Look at this guy. Yes, it was an easy decision, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, so before that, they asked him, like, was it an easy decision to not have cameras in the courtrooms or something? I'll let it play on a loop. It'll catch what they said.
Primary goal in any case is to make sure that the defendant and the prosecution gets a fair trial, period. I have seen from other cases around the country where cameras in the courtroom changed the way that the judge acted, the lawyers acted, some of the witnesses acted, and we were not going to have that here. We were going to really isolate the purpose for which we were here for, just to have that fair trial. And cameras in the courtroom did not enter into that equation at all.
The decision to not have cameras or any kind of streaming, was that an easy one?
Yes, it was an easy decision, and I'll tell you why. My primary goal in any case is to make sure that the defendant and the prosecution gets a fair trial, period. I have seen from other cases around the country where cameras in the courtroom changed the way that the judge acted, the lawyers acted, some of the witnesses acted, and we were not going to have that here. We were going to really isolate the purpose for which we were here for, just to have that fair trial, and cameras.
And so he said that his goal was to have a fair trial, but I feel like that decorum should have extended to social media on anybody that's covering the case. Like, if you're making things messy, if you're like having certain agendas and you're not sticking to the facts of what is actually coming on that thing, then it should have been barred. You get what I'm saying? Like, the only reason I even brought up the bimbo was because she took my video and retweeted it, or else I would have never even had, to, like, okay, well, let me respond and let's be accurate here, okay? And then that same day that she had my video was the same day that the guy had filmed me, and the same day that they had parked next to my car. So it's like, I feel like all of that sentiment should have been extended to anybody who was in the public gallery as well, because those people are like, they're looking at social media. I don't care what, because if that wasn't the case, then the prosecution would not have been in his closing arguments addressing the guy who said that he saw the video of Carmelo being jumped by 4 people. If he was so confident that they were following that order, or that court was so confident, they would not have been bringing up stuff that didn't come out through the trial. But I feel like they knew that some of these things are penetrating to them, and none of that was ever corrected or anything. And they didn't discourage that behavior. Like, they didn't discourage the targeting of bloggers, trying to say that they're lying, putting their material on their Twitter, and they never discouraged all of that. That was cool. But streaming the facts was where we draw the line.
That's exactly where they draw the line.
But all of these posts are penetrating, going viral. That's okay to mess up the thing and painting anybody that's a journalist or a media reporter as a Carmelo Anthony supporter and shaping certain narratives. That's okay. Let's infiltrate all of these things into the atmosphere. Not discourage them, not discourage that behavior, not reel some of this stuff in, but able to use this as a grift and to fake this death thing, oh, they want me, all of these things are okay to paint all of these different narratives, but streaming the facts of the case, showing how all of these boys had a different story, showing how one person said Hunter was involved, another person said he wasn't, how this person said, oh, it was it was 5 of us, we were all saying you don't belong here, showing all of the inconsistencies, showing how Carmelo's lawyer even was not objecting to things that he should not have objected, that he should have been objecting to, all of the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna draw the line at the cameras, but we're gonna let all the other bullshit play out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the way that we want it to play out. And anybody who comes in opposite of that is absolutely not welcome. They're barred and they will be shunned. What's very interesting is that, it's viral already. So, we had just put out a clip, it was yesterday, where, Candace Matthews, and she was going to, she did a press conference at, in front of the courthouse. And she had brought out, according to her, and the documents that she had seen, it had said that the judge was a SEX offender. And she had all of these documents. What's that?
I thought that was the DA that was the offender.
The DA, but the judge as well.
Oh, okay.
It was the judge as well. There were two different documents that she had read from, and then they both had, stuff in common in terms of their charges. So it was very, very interesting that we're looking at a lot of these people who are all in these high positions, and who many people are calling for to be disbarred and what have you. And what I'm hearing is that the judge, I think he retires next year or by the end of the year. But all of these people in these positions, and when you look at their record, it's man, these are the people making decisions on people's lives. On young people's lives, it's incredible. So this is something that's a tragedy. But should I continue?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, I just went on a little rant because that just popped up in my mind. It's you don't want to put cameras in the courtroom, but you let somebody poison social media well with bullshit that can be verified to be bullshit. Why didn't y'all check the cameras to see if this person was actually harassed, or see if anything happened to the fact of this protection that they need? Where do we just take the white woman's word for it, even though she's full of shit? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, no problem. Nah, I feel you 100% though. Okay. Weaponizing the good, clean athlete. Double standard. Okay. So, let me see. Clean athlete. Double standard. Okay. So, let me see. This is interesting. And the timestamp here is 2 hours and 20 minutes and 10 seconds, all the way to 2 hours, 22 minutes and 45 seconds, right? Now, this talks about how he felt that they were painting his children. So goes on to say, they wanted to paint my boys out to be the instigators in this whole conflict. They brought up old school yard brawls from middle school. They wanted to look at football game footage, trying to tell the jury that they had some kind of toxic, unchecked aggression that provoked the shooting. I don't know why I said should. Maybe let's stab me. Let's be completely real about what's happening here. My boys are division-bound athletes. They have intensity. They have discipline. They have physical structure. They have a future ahead of them. They were raised right in a clean, stable household with hard Christian values. But the media and these local activists want to flip the script entirely and protect a failing element in society. They want to take a kid who has zero structure, zero parental guidance, who comes from absolute domestic chaos, and make him out to be some helpless victim just because he's black. They look at my son's athletic build. They look at their confidence. They look at the way they carry themselves, and they try to label it as thug behavior to clear their own guilty consciences about the environment they allow to exist. It's a complete upside down world where the people trying to build a clean life are treated like savages, and the actual savages are coddled by the school board and the press until they pull a trigger on the playground.
It's crazy. So basically what he's doing is trying to act like his boys, like my boys was raised right, but your boy was the one who put his hands on somebody first. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is the classic good kid, bad kid trope, used to influence juries and public perception by highlighting his son's athletic achievements as proof of their character. He is telling the audience that athletic talent equals morality. Conversely, by attacking the victim's family structure, he is attempting to make the victim's life seem less worthy of protection. The law does not or should not weigh the value of a human life based on a stable household or division-bound potential. He's asking for a double standard where his children's intensity is celebrated while Carmelo's life is dismissed as chaos. Now, it's ironic that he's doing that as if he came, like Carmelo came from like a single parent home. Carmelo has both of his parents. They are still married today. He's not even with Austin's mom. She was rubbing another man's back in the courthouse, calling him her boyfriend or whatever. The man that was sitting next to her. I heard her one day say, you want my boyfriend or something to one of her friends. She didn't call him her fiance. It was her boyfriend. She labeled him as when she was talking to one of her. She was like making a joke or whatever, because I think they like, I don't know, whatever. But it was her. She rubbing on his back every day. And you all the way at the far end, y'all not even married or together. So to try to shape it like they have this like structured household thing, or how like their household is more stable. It's like, y'all not even together. Like, you're not even with the mama. Why is that? And the new man that the mama got looked way better than him. He looked better than him, in better shape than him. I said, ooh, check out Austin mama upgrade. She done upgraded, because that was a decent looking white man that she was rubbing on his back. Child, he was looking more youthful and everything.
Mm-hmm. You know, this idea of a stable home, I mean, like, you know, he's there again, he is using racial tropes again. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, he's using this language to try to code it, you know, like as if a black home can't be stable, as if, you know, and he's really just projecting what's going on in his own life. You know, and a lot of this, it sounds like he's telling his own story. And, you know, just kind of this whole idea of just like, oh, don't thugify my kid. Your kid is a thug. You know, and it's just like,
one handles breakfast, two handles mornings. Get any two for $5 breakfast favorites at McDonald's. A bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, and now the Egg McMuffin joins the lineup. Open early at McDonald's. Your morning handled. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Dracula's castle is just ahead. I have come here to destroy you.
You know, and it's just like, I mean, it's there. It's plain as clear as day. Let me see. What they saying? What y'all saying? Let me see. The pictures, yeah. So yeah. Should I go on to the next one?
Yeah, so, but before I go, I want to be very clear, right? I have deep empathy for any parent who loses a child. That's a pain that no one should ever have to experience. However, there's a fundamental difference between grieving a loss and using that loss to justify attacking other people's dignity, dehumanizing a defendant, or pushing a narrative that labels people as savages based on their background. Like, we can't hold space for his grief while simultaneously rejecting the harmful, like, rhetoric that he's using to target people, specifically our culture.
Agreed. 100%. Okay, now this is talking about the quote unquote culture war, right? So this is at 2 hours and 2 hours, 24 minutes and 15 seconds, going over to 2 hours and 26 minutes and 50 seconds, right? Goes on to say, the administrators at Frisco ISD aren't worried about student safety. They're entirely worried about public relations and diversity quotas. They are absolutely terrified of being called names on Twitter by people who don't even contribute a single dollar to the local property tax base. When you let the culture of the streets dictate the safety of a suburban school district, this tragedy is exactly what you get. You get a complete breakdown of academic authority. Streets versus suburban. Let's keep on. So we bought into this specific community. We bought into this specific community. We paid a premium for our home because it was supposed to be a safe haven away from all the urban noise. But they brought the noise right to our doorstep. Urban noise brought it to our doorstep. They let open enrollment fill the classrooms with undisciplined elements, and the school board sat on their hands during the whole trial because they didn't want the political backlash from the civil rights groups. They let the entire moral environment of our schools degrade just to appease a loud, angry minority that doesn't value higher education.
This dude is
doesn't
got
value traditional
problems.
family units, and sure as hell doesn't value the lives of our children.
That's kind of funny because the students that testified in this case, like, most of them that got on the stand, like, there was this black girl, she talked about how in the fall she's going to college. There was another black kid that talked about how he was going to college. There was another about how he just committed to, was it LSU or, I have to look at my notes, but the fact that he's trying to say that people don't value higher education and the very students that he needed to do this conviction for his boy were all kids that come from good backgrounds. They all have solid futures and playing track and playing football and are obviously, to be on the track team or to be on the football team, you have to have a certain GPA. So it's ironic that he's trying to diss black people, but he needed these black kids to go up there and shape the narrative that this wasn't about race. But yet he's talking with all of these talking points, targeting the school board. Well, what are you targeting the school board for when, like, you had all of these students get up there and speak? Like, this is a basic elitist argument designed to silence anyone who doesn't fit his definition of a contributor. Like, many families who utilize open enrollment, do contribute through sales tax, state tax, and economic activity that supports the district. But more importantly, public education is a public good, not a private club. Like, you don't lose your right to voice concerns about school safety or justice just because you don't own a home in a specific zip code. He's trying to create like a two-tier system of citizenship where only property owners get a say in how our society functions. He's projecting, like he accuses the school board of being terrified, yet he's the one using a platform to bully the school board and intimidate local administrators by framing diversity.
There is a lot about the job that isn't actually that fun that I have now automated away almost entirely. Like, we have a very large code base and we have a lot of contributors, and we've got...
By framing diversity initiatives as quotas or appeasement, he's dismissing the reality that school boards have a legal and ethical mandate to serve all students, not just the ones he deems traditional. His argument is that any effort to make schools inclusive is actually an effort to destroy academic authority. It's a false choice, and he's saying you can either have diversity or you can have excellence. But that's a lie. The two can, like, they're not mutually exclusive. Like,
what's interesting too is that, like, you know, that whole idea of like what they brought, like, we paid premium for our home because it was supposed to be a safe haven away from all that urban noise, right? That urban noise. But they brought noise right to our doorstep.
But you let black people buy homes here, like, that, because what's urban? Like, what's urban really?
Urban means black. Yeah, that's all it means. Urban means black people. It's always been black people or brown people. Anybody not white. That's what it's always been. Let me see. The school board said on his end, and then it goes on to say here, like, that they let the entire moral environment of our schools degrade just to appease a loud, angry minority. Who's that minority?
Yeah, somebody said something. For those of you guys who are just coming in, Jeff Metcalf did an interview, and in his interview, he sat down and spoke for 3 hours. Because I'm not going to play their content on my page, we transcribed it. So he's reading the actual words verbatim that Jeff Metcalf said. You know, these are things that he said in that interview, and so he's reading them out like a transcript to you guys or whatever. So that's what he's reading, in case you guys don't know. They're Jeff Metcalf's words, and then we're talking about how we interpret them, right? Like, I'm not in his head. I don't know what he means. I just know what I've always known urban to mean, and urban always meant black people to me. And what I interpret what he's saying to be saying, you know? So that's kind of what's going on for those of you guys who are lost. Yeah, we transcribed it because they don't own the copyright of the English language. They just own the copyright of the actual video and audio, which we're not playing. We're just reading out what he said. As, again, they don't own the English language. They just own their actual video and audio. So play it if you want to.
Somebody said, I guess his house, they didn't pay premium enough. Let's see. All right, so we just got through just now, just kind of a recap. We got through, I want to say, 6 sections just now. One of them was the watermelon fellow. Okay. We started with that one.
I played over half of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and end this here. But anyways, that's who Jeff Metcalf is. A racist piece of shit. And that's what he is. Good night.